Reporting live from my Breakfast Club, Fright Plus News, I'm John Abba.
Sorry, officer, I didn't know I couldn't do that.
Thank you so very much for your help, and again, I'm sorry for the inconvenience.
For the past several weeks, we have been reacting to minute-by-minute updates surrounding the case of Nolan Wells, a black 18-year-old in Mississippi who will be found washed ashore after going to an island with a group of mainly all-white friends. Now, the case has caused many to discuss the ideas of race relations, law enforcement, and criminal biases, after Wells' family would highlight that their local sheriff's office did not originally show that they were looking to explore the case beyond other than it being an accidental drowning, despite several questionable statements and no witnesses ever stating they saw Wells drown. Now, a huge red flag for many, including Wells' family representatives, is that no arrests have ever been made connected to the story, and they feel that if the situation was reversed and a white male would be found washed ashore after being with a group of all black men, there would have been arrests made for probable cause. Now, in 2000, Dave Chapppelle would release his first ever hour comedy special entitled Killing Them Softly on HBO, where he would touch on topics of race and more in front of a live audience. Now, one joke in particular appears to echo similar sentiments by those who feel that Wells' friends he traveled to the island with should have been at least detained, given the mysteriousness that now surrounds Wells' death. Because instead, those same friends have only been questioned by local authorities and have the ability to freely enjoy their lives, and as we've seen this week, feature on podcasts. Now, for this joke performed by Chapppelle, he would go on to joke about being in a traffic stop with his white friend named Chip, and how Chip's white card would override any concerns with dealing with the police, despite him being caught with breaking the law.
Me and Chip are driving. Now, I'm not driving. Chip is driving, and he's driving a little crazy. He's been drinking. Then the police seen us and pulled us over. Now, you understand, I'm scared as shit. I mean, come on, the car smells like weed. I've been speeding, this man is fucking drunk. Chip was not scared at all. It was weird, he didn't even turn his radio down. Isn't it weird a little bit? You wanna know what he said? It was almost exactly what he said. Sorry, officer, I didn't know I couldn't do that. The cop said, well, now you know. Just get out of here. Just get the fuck out of here.
According to research, black Americans are 7 times more likely to be falsely convicted of a serious crime compared to their white counterparts, meaning that Chip having better favor with the system happens in real life. Now, for Chapppelle, he has yet to publicly respond to Wells' case, but when and if he does should not be a surprise, as he's very conscious on using his platform to address such topics. In fact, in his special 846, he would even give insight on why he chooses to sometimes remain quiet while responding to Don Lemon's then criticism of celebrities not speaking out about George Floyd's death when it first happened. Don says, "Where are all these celebrities? Why aren't you all talking? Do you want to see a celebrity right now? Do we give a F what Ja Rule thinks? Does it matter about celebrity? No. This is the streets talking for themselves. They don't need me right now. I've kept my mouth shut, but don't think that my silence is complicit." Now, in this special, Chapppelle would even go on to remind people that he's always spoken out. "I've been doing this a long time." Now, Chappelle's jokes that somewhat predict how Nolan Wells' case continues to play out doesn't just stop in his stand-up. He would also go on to highlight the difference of how white criminals are treated versus black ones to further call out racial biases. For the Chapppelle Show skit Tron's Car to Law and Order, Chapppelle would play Tron, a busted drug dealer who has a case of Freaky Friday and gets to swap outcomes with a white businessman who was also caught with breaking the law. For Tron, despite being a criminal, there's ways the system can work in your favor.
So what am I charged with?
Yeah, like you don't know, you little bitch.
I'm Detective Charles Stevens from the Dade County Police Department.
I'll tell you what, I'll come in and turn myself in around Thursday, okay?
Thank you so very much for your help, and again, I'm sorry for the inconvenience.
Before I sentence you, is there anything you'd like to say?
Okay. First of all...
All right, that's enough. I'd like to congratulate the jury of your peers for reaching a verdict.
Now, to also highlight that before Chapppelle, the legendary Paul Mooney, who would reconnect with audiences on the Chapppelle Show, has also been someone vocal about unfairness within the criminal justice system. In his special called Analyzing White America, he would perform a bit on how when white criminals are arrested, they still don't face the same outcomes in court like black criminals. For the bit, he would tell a joke about a white serial killer who would get empathy after declaring insanity, while a black serial killer can admit the same thing and would be locked up for each personality they supposedly have.
And I give it up to white folks. They know what to say in court. Niggas, we don't know what to say. Them white folks know how to, oh, serial killers. Crazy white man, why did you kill your wife? I was sleepwalking. It's a very unusual case. We'll have to study it. Crazy white man, why did you wake up and kill everybody on your block? I'm 12 different personalities. 12 different people? How unusual. We'll have to study this. Crazy nigga, why did you wake up and kill everybody at BET on your job? Because I'm 12 different personalities. Oh, really, nigga? Well, pick who you want to be, because some niggas going to jail.
Now, in regards to the latest surrounding Wells' case, there are some who don't believe race is connected to this story, like Mississippi Governor Tate Reeves, who would end up calling out Benjamin Crump and Al Sharpton for making it about race and causing some of Wells' white friends to be targeted with threats. Ben Crump and Al Sharpton are to blame for the threats. They are stoking division for personal gain. It's sad to see, but not unexpected. This is how they built their careers. Now, we have to note that racial talk surrounding Wells' mysterious death started beyond Crump and Sharpton, and to Chappelle's point, the streets talked first. You see, as soon as the first image went out of Wells with 3 of his white friends on a boat began to circulate, a part of his missing persons report, many online started immediately pushing their assumptions of how race contributed to his then disappearance. Unfortunately, however, some may never be aware of what others have experienced in their personal lives and even historically, making them blind to seeing certain biases like the ones Chapppelle and Mooney have both warned us about. Let's talk about them more in the comments below. Do you think Wells' friends should have at least been detained for questioning under the known circumstances surrounding his case? Or do you think them being white contributes to how they've been treated by local law enforcement so far? Reporting live from Hypers Club for Hype Plus News, I'm John Abba.
Sorry, officer, I didn't know I couldn't do that.